welcome back to another episode of the Beer Knits podcast. If you're new, I'm glad that you have found me, and I hope you like what you see. And if you are an older subscriber, then welcome back, and I hope you still like what you see. Anyway, today is going to be a pretty short episode, mostly because I don't have a lot to share with you. I've been dabbling in knitting monogamy, which I know is a little crazy, but so I've really only been working on one project, except for one order that I had to finish, and yeah, it was kind of a busy weekend. I actually just returned from my very first meditation class, which I really enjoyed. I will be going back. It's the second Sunday of every month, so that kind of stinks that it's not really a regular thing. I have to do a lot of it on my own. However, I did find another place that offers a class for free. I think it's every Saturday or every other Saturday, so I might have some other options there. But I did like the class that I went to tonight, so I think I'm going to keep going. And yeah, it seems pretty interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing, what I can do to incorporate it into my everyday life. So, I don't know, maybe I'll talk about it here, see what's up with that if you guys are interested, but I don't know. So anyway, I came back from that to watch the Golden Globe pre-red carpet and red carpet shindig at the Golden Globes. I'm not usually too into that type of stuff. I mean, I was a lot as a teenager, and then I kind of got away from it, but for whatever reason tonight I felt like I owed it to myself to kick back and relax, and I wanted to do so not with beer, but with a glass of wine. And on Friday night, when I was out looking for a bottle of wine, I decided, screw that, I want champagne. So it's actually sparkling wine that I got. It's Chandon, I think it's pronounced. It's a wine called, it's their Holiday 2014 wine, and this one says, I am the after party, but it's officially just their holiday sparkling champagne, not wine. God. Sparkling wine, wow. Clearly, I need to go to bed. So that's what I got. It seemed interesting, plus it was limited edition, so I figured, why not? And why not get a little classy and fancy? Everyone on the red carpet is drinking champagne, so am I while I knit. And I'll tell you what I'll be knitting on in a minute. But, yeah. So I have that in my super classy Disney champagne glass. My husband and I actually got these, back when we got married in 2009, we went to Disney on our honeymoon, and back then they had just started with the Disney wedding registry. So we registered for just different things, because we were already living together, so we needed stuff, but we didn't need stuff. And a lot of people just wanted to get us something for our honeymoon. So we put some stuff on our registry, on our Disney registry, and one of them was it was a cheese and cracker basket to have delivered to our hotel room, and so our parents got that delivered for us, and it was really cute, and it came with these champagne glasses, and they have little Mickeys on it. So that's what we got, and apparently these are the only champagne glasses that we have in our house, so yeah, gonna be a classy night. So it's really good. I really like champagne, sparkling wines, what have you. There's really not a big difference between them. So if you don't know the difference, it's just that champagne is actually made in Champagne, France, and anything else is just sparkling wine. So that's why I keep interchanging them, even though that I know that it's wrong. It's just habit. But anyway, yeah, it's pretty good, and I'm looking forward to drinking some tonight, though clearly I will not drink the whole bottle because I will not make it through work tomorrow. That said, we're supposed to get a lot of ice tonight. My area is notorious for not getting snow, but ice instead. So maybe we won't have work tomorrow, or maybe I won't even have to go into work tomorrow. I may just be able to work from home. We'll see what happens, but it's supposed to be 1.5 inches of ice coming overnight. We'll see. Winter is fun. I hate it. So moving on, this is something I didn't show you guys in the last episode because I was loopy and just getting back into things, but this is something that I knit back before I went to Vegas at the beginning of November. It's the Gallatin scarf, and I think it's really pretty. It's fairly long and the bottom is lacy. I want to say it's the faggot stitch. Again, most unfortunate term for a stitch ever, but it is what it is. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the faggot stitch, and then you increase by 4 every row and just continue in this lace pattern, but then in the middle you do like similar to like the beehive, where you knit for 4 rows and purl for 4 rows and blah blah blah, and it just makes this really nice design, especially if you have a yarn like this one. This is Mountain Colors Twizzle in the springtime colorway, and so if you have a yarn like this one, you kind of just let the yarn do the work for you, so you can choose a simpler pattern. I mean, I know that there's lace on it, but it's like so super easy. So if you're like a beginning knitter, this is just really big circular needles that you put this on, and you just kind of go to town. It's super easy, and I wear it like a cowl, but it's supposed to be like a scarf or shawlette sort of thing. But yeah, anyway, that's it. So yeah, you get a yarn like this and let the yarn do all the work and make it look fancier than it really is. So there's that one. And then I made my mom one for Christmas in the same yarn, but in a different colorway. I think it was Winter Sky, which is more like a blue and a purple, but it still has like the pretty flecks in it. Here, I'll give you like an up close and personal. Oh, so I got a new camera, a new webcam, and it has autofocus, and I'm loving it. So yeah, there you can see how the yarn has like these really nice like white light colored flecks all through it, so it adds, you know, some extra dimension to the whole final presentation, I guess you could say. And yeah, super pretty. I will leave the pattern in the show notes. As always, there will be a link below to a full list of the show notes that'll include the names and links to the different types of patterns and yarns that I show you in case you're interested or want to use them for reference or what have you. So there's that. As far as what I'm working on, last time I showed you a shawl situation called Lapidary that I got in my December 2014 knit crate. It's part of the Indie Dyers kit, and I am excited to say that I have finished the main color section, and all I have to do now is the border. So here it is, and it's very long dragon tail like glory. So you start at this corner, and I don't even know how to show this to you right now. But yeah, that's what it looks like, and I think it'll look super pretty when, you know, it's all done and I can wrap it around myself. There is a close-up of the stitches. The yarn, again, is from Sunrise Fiber Company, and the colors are, I think the dark blue I think is Electric Neon, and this light color is Jelly Bean. So yeah, it's pretty long, and the border is done in the Jelly Bean colorway, but I really lucked out because so the pattern says to repeat the body until you run out of yarn, and in her notes she said she was able to repeat the body 4 times and then get 40 rows into a 5th repeat. I managed to get 4 body repeats exactly, and this is how much of the yarn I had left. So we were cutting it close, and I felt like I was trying to race the yarn at the end, like I was working really fast, like trying to see if I was going to make it the last 4 rows. But I did, and I'm really happy, and so yeah, there it is. So now I just have to switch to bigger needles to do the border. And we'll see how that works. Hopefully in my next episode, which should be next week, I'll be able to show you a finished product and maybe have this all blocked and be able to wear it. Yeah, so that's exciting. Super exciting because I don't usually finish those type of projects. And if you hear an obnoxious noise, I think I mentioned this in every episode, it's our neighbors are revving their engines and blasting their bass as loud as humanly possible because they're really obnoxious. And I don't know why they do it, but every night at this time for like an hour, they just blast their bass and rev their engines. So that's what I have to put up with every night. Aren't you jealous of me? So the next thing, I forgot to mention this in the last episode, is I decided to participate in a knit along in the Grey Sockerum RAVELRY group. Yeah, that's what it is. And she and her fans are going to be knitting along with her Crashing Waves shawl pattern. So I decided that I didn't receive and or buy enough yarn over my Christmas break that I needed to get more. And the type of yarn that she used in one of her prototype pieces was Madeline Tosh Prairie. So I also picked up some Madeline Tosh Prairie, if only for the fact that I am in love with Madeline Tosh. So the colorway I'm using is Holly Festival or Holy Festival. I'm not really sure which one it is, but it's so super freaking pretty. And then that is the colorway. And I bought it online at Jimmy Bean's Wool. I want to say it was 23 bucks. And it's 100% superwash merino wool, lace weight. You get 840 yards. So there it is. And I'm really excited to use this. I think basically as soon as I'm done recording this, I'm going to go watch the Golden Globes and probably wind this up into a cake using my brand new Swift that I got for Christmas. And I'll probably start knitting on this tonight while I watch the Golden Globes. And then, you know, finish the shawl some other point this week. I just kind of need to put it away before like my eyes start to bleed, because that's like all I've been working on. And then I also bought, to make this, I bought some Chiaogu 32-inch size 6 needles. So I'm excited to use these because I don't have a pair of Chiaogus yet. So this is my first set of Chiaogus. Ultimately, I would like to get the interchangeables, but I figured I would just get these first and see if I like them. Yeah, so that'll be tonight's project. Otherwise, that's kind of it for me. Kind of a lot going on and not a lot going on all at the same time. I don't know if that makes sense. But kind of glad the holidays are over. We finally got Christmas taken down this weekend because I'm kind of sick of looking at it at this point. And things can kind of start winding down a little bit. We have things planned for the next couple upcoming weekends. But the one weekend should be nice because Nick's going away. So I think what I'm going to do is probably get myself a bottle of champagne or a bottle of wine, or maybe try to get together with the girls or something. Actually, now that I think about it, I do already have something going on with the girls. A couple of my girlfriends and I are going to go see the Backstreet Boys documentary that's going to be in theaters. So we're going to do dinner and then go watch the Backstreet Boys on a big screen, because that's what we do. But yeah, that should be fun. So that's coming up, and then we have a lot of events with our friends. I had a baby shower this weekend. So mostly it's going to be working and then a little bit of travel in between to visit with people, but overall significantly less crazy than the past couple months have been, and that is amazing. And so I've had a lot of time to do more knitting and some reading. I finished up a really bad book that was like fan fiction, which it's fan fiction with a PH, because it was Phantom of the Opera, so it's like fan fiction, you know. So I finished up a really bad fan fiction book. It was really bad, and that was the first book I finished in the new year. So I'm not up to a good start. But now I'm reading a Haruki Murakami book, which it's the first book I've read of his. I bought it years and years and years ago, and then my husband read it and got hooked on his writing. So he has like almost all of his books, I think. So right now I'm reading The Wind-Up Bird Chronicle, which is really good so far. I'm only like maybe 50 pages in, but his writing is phenomenal. If you ever have a chance to check him out, then make sure that you do. And yes, the new thing in my life is meditation. We'll see how it goes. I'm kind of scatterbrained, if you couldn't tell. And so I'm hoping this will help me focus and, you know, do better at work. Like, not like I'm bad at my job or anything. I just really need to hone in and not get so distracted, which is difficult to do when you have access to the internet and people trying to talk to you all day and like all that stuff. So trying to use it for that. And then overall, just like, especially the past couple months with everything going on, I just want to take two minutes out of my day as a beginner to sit down and think of nothing and clear my head and teach my mind how to not freak out over stupid things. So yeah, that's kind of it. Again, all of this information will be in the link below in the show notes, so make sure to check that out. And I'm glad you joined me again, and hope you'll come back soon. So I will see you guys next week, crossing my fingers. I hope you all have a good week, whatever you'll be doing, and that you get lots of knitting or crocheting done and have lots of fun yarn to play with. I will see you soon. Have a great week. Bye.